And while communities in Texas are grieving, first responders are dealing with devastation as well, from lost equipment to flooded headquarters. So for more on this, I want to bring in Razor Dobbs with the Volunteer Fire Department in Center Point, Texas. And Razor, first, thank you for your time, sir. But I'm curious, I mean, what are the challenges that you're facing in this search and recovery effort?
Well, it's been very, very organized and very thorough and nonstop. And the only challenges that we have are the debris fields that y'all have been discussing. And you know, a flood is still an active situation. Even though the waters have subsided, they're still not at normal levels. So you're dealing with that. However, you just continue to cover ground and cover areas over and over and over. And as the water recedes, you can advance. But the riverbanks here in Center Point, for a good 5 to 6 mile stretch, have been combed and flown, and canine dogs, and it hasn't stopped. No one stopped.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. And, you know, it's as we're hearing these stories about the rescue operations and also the recovery. I mean, during that press conference, there was one that stood out to me where I believe it was the town's mayor who was talking about how there were first responders who spotted 2 people in a tree, and they used garden hoses to secure themselves so they could go rescue these 2 people. I mean, you're just hearing like these anecdotes of the bravery. But can you talk about just like how, you know, any sort of resource here goes a long way, whether it be, you know, rope or garden hose?
Yeah, well, so our department was toned out at 3 a.m., roughly 3 a.m., and to respond to Ingram, Texas, which is about 10 miles away. The flood had not got to us yet. And we our swiftwater rescue team responded along with other firefighters, et cetera. And they were immediately doing not search and rescue, they were actually doing rescue and pulling people from RVs and pulling people from trees. And we were fully equipped. And the volunteer fire departments around here and Kerrville Fire Department are very equipped. We have the assets, and we have swiftwater teams. We're trained, we're certified, and we were doing everything possible. And there was a lot of people that were saved, And unfortunately, I've lived here all my life. These floods, you can't predict them.
Yeah.
And so we're, I mean, it's tough, it's tragic, but the effort is nonstop and flawless. I mean, I hate to say flawless. Nothing is flawless, but it's been organized and very thorough, and we're making major headways, at least down here in Center.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Razor. And, you know, what's not lost on me is that for the first responders dealing in times like these, and you're doing your charge, right, and in fulfilling your duty. But it's not lost on me that, you know, there's trauma associated with this. And, right, you know, that's going to stick with you, and it's going to stick with this community. And I recognize that. And, I think that's part of the empathetic process here. But I'm curious, I mean, how are you and your fellow volunteers dealing with the emotional impact of this disaster?
Well, God created adrenaline. And so right now we are working on adrenaline, and the first responders, all of us have dealt with trauma. We do car wrecks, fires, et cetera, on a regular basis. But in this magnitude, when you're working and you're recovering and we're human beings. It is difficult, but you're focused on the job. Everyone is focused on the job. However, we're human beings, and experiencing this will come out eventually. But now with first responders, the system that is set up for debriefing, and you're relying on your brothers, and that is so powerful. But I think right now what is carrying everyone through is that the amount of unification through all the first responders and the community coming together. We're seeing the best of the best. I mean, if anybody had a doubt about the human race, I'm here to tell you, there's wonderful, strong, loving, caring people that are doing everything they could possibly can. And it's amazing. And that is a huge lift on every first responder, every family. And, it's amazing. And it's probably hard to see that on the television screen, but you work shoulder to shoulder with these people you don't even know, and you see what's happening. And it's empowering despite the tragedy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Razor, well, I wish you well, sir. I wish you and your brother's safety, and I wish you adrenaline by the boatload. I know you guys are going to need it.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
And take care.